This is Atonement, a map truly like no other out there. What is going on, lads, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to this new video here on my channel, which is a little different from what we normally do. In this video, I'll be diving in to a fully fledged, in-depth custom map review. Now, Madgaz, the creator of this map, is known in the community to bring nothing short of the best detail possible at the time of each of his releases. Think of him as kind of like the Rockstar Games of the Zombies community. Sure, if you go back to his first maps, they may feel somewhat dated, but none of his maps are bad, and at the time they were released, you could be sure that it would be one of, if not the best experience for custom zombies at the time. Atonement, which acts as his most recent and possibly last custom zombies map, is no exception to this formula. The map is based off of the layout of his first Black Ops 3 map, Fabric der Untoten, which is actually one of the first examples of a proper detailed map to hit the Steam Workshop for Black Ops 3. Madgaz considers Atonement as kind of a full circle moment, as he takes everything he's learned over the years to turn his first ever map into a creation that, in my opinion, will go down in the community as one of the best maps playable in the entirety of COD Zombies itself. But rather than just tell you how cool this map is, let's dive into the nitty gritty. So first things first, let's talk details and features. Now, this map is packed full of unique elements and features that you simply can't get in other maps. Custom weapons, custom enemies, custom machines, perks, mechanics, and more. But first, let's dive briefly into visual detail. Madgaz has done a tremendous job of making every freaking corner of this map look as visually stunning as possible. Even the boss fight arena, which is only used for a small fraction of time, has an incredible attention to detail, even down to the little thoughtful touches, like the broken pipes above the cave playing host to those wraps enemies from multiplayer and campaign that are ready to drop down during the boss fight and absolutely wreck your shit. Long story short, you can really see the full 18-month development time just within the sheer detail of this map. I mean, even the bloody tunnels look interesting. This is something I could honestly go on about for hours, but I think it's time we took a dive into the features. This map features one main Easter egg quest and numerous different side Easter eggs. The side Easter eggs feature the ability to unlock a secret full auto ray gun, a free perk, a new custom wonder weapon with an upgrade quest, more on that later, and of course, Kunjora's battle mace. Yes, I'm still happy that Madgaz named a weapon after me in this map. Each of these side Easter eggs are completely different from each other in terms of how they're completed, and it just provides that feeling that every feature in this map regarding gameplay has been carefully thought out and planned for a very long time. For example, the fact that completing the Kunjora's battle mace Easter egg opens up a room that contains the gobblegum machine, which allows people to use gobblegums if they so please, but restricts them from having access to them too early in the game because, let's face it, we all know those people that like to ruin runs by gulping down perkaholics and shopping freeze on round 1. Another example is the railcoin system that works very similarly to the tram fuse system from Der Eisendrache, which could provide that power up that saves your entire run. The main Easter egg itself challenges even the most veteran zombie players and YouTubers and requires the player to both multitask and utilize different skill sets. Most of the Easter egg requires defending artifacts and collecting souls, but with the added twist of having to follow and locate moving objectives, all whilst defending yourself from an occasional visit from one of the craziest, most impressive and vicious unique enemies featured in any custom zombies map. I am of course talking about the Panzerhound. Originally from the Wolfenstein games, this absolutely terrifying enemy is fully functional in Atonement and can be airdropped into the map every 5 rounds or so after activating the power. Aside from how strong and incredibly well made this enemy really is, the challenge comes with the fact that it drops during regular rounds. That's right, this is not the equivalent of a max ammo dog round. You must fight this beast whilst also enduring a full wave of zombies, and to make matters worse, it can only be destroyed via bazooka rockets, which must be found and located in different positions around the map. This, when combined with trying to charge through the main Easter egg, brings a new level of hectic gameplay that can only really be found in this map. For me, this level of difficulty increases replayability and altogether makes the experience more enjoyable and memorable. But for some others, it is believed that the Easter egg is simply too hard and the Panzerhound makes the general experience just far too difficult. At the end of the day, it's all subject to opinion, and even so, it's the only real complaint that can be made about this map. The boss fight allows you to freely roam in a nice open underground area, but don't think for a second that that means it'll be easy. You'll be up against a much larger Panzerhound whilst also having to defend yourself from zombies, keepers, and wraps. The wraps of course being the hardest to outrun and survive from. Overall, in terms of Easter eggs, it's fair to say that you're absolutely covered. But what if you're the kind of classic zombies player that misses the good old days of WoD or a Black Ops where you'd get set up fast and get to surviving as soon as possible. Well, I'm pleased to say that Atonement delivers on this front as well once you know what you're doing. There are many side Easter eggs and things you'll want to build for a survival run, but thankfully these tasks are by no means tedious and you can get set up comfortably in a short amount of time. Additionally, for those players like me that enjoy a challenge right from the start, there is a unique feature dubbed the Spawn Rush. This feature essentially acts as a timed first room challenge. Survive and reach the timed milestones and you can claim rewards upon your exit. This is another example of how well planned this map was for replayability. Unlocking the Pack-a-Punch in this map does involve decoding 3 different ciphers to obtain codes, but thankfully these codes never change, meaning that you could simply slip into one of my 60-second guides on how to obtain the Pack-a-Punch to bypass the whole decoding process. The codes themselves are used to obtain rail coins that deliver the Pack-a-Punch pieces to you, but once you know the codes and as they never change, the process of obtaining and depositing these coins to obtain the PAP parts ultimately become very similar to linking the teleporters in Doris to the mainframe in the middle. The custom weapon for this map, dubbed the Atonement, is an incredibly unique creation that is actually very easy to obtain and upgrade. The weapon itself is an entirely custom model with 3 different firing modes, each delivering different levels of power and damage. Obtaining it is as simple as feeding the extractor machines, another entirely custom built feature which acts similarly to the dragons of Draka or the dogs of Mob of the Dead. The inspiration from these 2 widely loved COD Zombies maps is apparent in many small features like this scattered around Atonement. Fill up all 3 extractor machines and simply build the Wonder Weapon. Upgrading the weapon is also very simple and improves the reload time, ammo capacity and more. Again, if you're soon planning on playing this map and you have no idea how to do these things, I have full 60-second guides on my channel for everything you need to know. Once you've got the Pack-a-Punch and the Wonder Weapon, which actually takes very little time to do in total, you're good to go in terms of survival. Building the shield is the same as you'd expect, find the parts and build it at a table, and thankfully the power switch is a nice simple interaction. Ultimately, what's brilliant about this map is that it caters for everybody. For those wanting a challenge, you have the difficult Easter egg quest along with the Spawn Rush feature and the beastly Panzerhounds. For those who like Easter eggs and secrets, there are numerous side quests and a large scale full quest. For those who are into discovering different weapons, you have 3 Easter egg custom weapons and a mystery box jam-packed with many World War II era firearms. And for those who just want to jump in and survive like the old days, you have easy access to the gear you need to lock in those high round runs. To round things off, the map is finished nicely with beautiful sound design, a unique expansive layout, and a fully functional quest HUD to keep track of your progress. This review barely scrapes the surface of what this map truly has to offer, with custom perks and more to discover. But it's fair to say that this map redefines the Custom Zombies experience, delivering Treyarch level detail, gameplay, and general quality, all for free on the Steam Workshop. Simply put, and to summarize my review, Atonement is the map for every kind of zombies player. Lads, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in my next video and or live stream. Cheers!